have you at all engaged? I know obviously you got home and the family was here, but with, some of the music that's been added underneath your game-winning touchdown, people saying, you're the baby leader. Have you had a favorite so far? Or?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I've seen a couple of the things, pretty funny. You gotta laugh at yourself. Obviously, it's funny because there's a good result behind it, but yeah, it's pretty crazy still. But yeah, there's some good stuff out there.
What's your favorite nickname for the play? Have you heard them a bunch?
Gene called it the Stumble Rooski. Gene did.
Slip 6 is pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Trick play.
Slip 6, that's a good one.
The
Go with
fall.
that. Yeah.
The do fall.
Fall.
All right.
We're moving
on
on.
track.
Is it difficult to mentally and physically move on from such a big game, emotional game as well, and then such a quick turnaround with it being a Monday night game?
Yeah, I mean that's part of this league. Like you got to be able to, move on quickly. So I've had experience with that over the past few years, and I'd say physically, obviously, playing a Monday night game, it is a quicker turnaround. You lose, almost 2 days. So it's just trying to take care of your bodies and get ready to go. Because today's a Wednesday and we got to prepare for Seattle, and it's really less than 2 days after our game. So that is always a little bit of a challenge, but everyone has to do it. Everybody plays Monday night games, so it's just something that comes with the territory. And obviously, we got to get back as quick as possible and get a great week of preparation in for a really good Seattle team.
I'm feeling good about it.
Feel great about the game coming up.
Yeah,
Or
just
about
like coming out of the game, how you feel?
Feel good, yeah, feel good. I mean, obviously you're a little sore coming out of a hard-fought game like that goes down to the end, but feeling really good and like where our team's at, and we just got to continue to get better every week. That's what it's about. A big win this past week, but now we're on to the next week, and it's still early in the season, and we have a lot more work to do, and we got to just keep getting better.
Has this team sort of taken on Liam's personality a little bit, do you think?
Yeah, I think he's really brought a lot of energy, and I think the team has for sure taken on some of that, and just the way he carries himself. And you guys see him in the locker room and on the field, on the sideline. I mean, that passion, that energy is contagious, and our team has bought into that. So yeah, I would definitely say so.
I know you're not opposed to sliding, but it sure looks like you prefer to go head first as opposed to feet first when you're running. Is there anything like subconscious, or is that intentional to go so you don't give up yards? Is it to try to gain the most yards?
I think it just depends on the situation. I think head first honestly is safer, based on my past experience, and then just seeing around the league. I mean, guys get hit like that a lot, trying to slide and protect themselves, end up making it worse. And I think also too, you can get a few more yards. So depending on the situation, if it's kind of like dead to rights, there's nothing there, I'll go feet first and just go down when there's still space. But trying to get a first down, especially on third down in the open field, and trying to get as much as I can, a lot of time we'll go head first. I feel like it avoids more hits, honestly.
Do you think you have the clutch gene? Do you believe in that? Down the stretch of the last few games, there have been plays that needed to be made in the fourth quarter, and you made them.
I think there is something to be said for it. Not just me. I think just our team, like making plays when it matters the most. Like that's the way these games are in the NFL. It's going to come down to the end of the game most of the time. There's some games that are a little lopsided, but most of the time it's a one-score game. So finding a way to make a play when you need it, when you have to, in order to win a game, that says a lot about our team. And I think, preparation equates to that a lot of times. Just feeling confident and prepared, and regardless of how the game has gone, being able to move on to the next play is something that I've had to learn throughout my career. Maybe early on in my career, it's like some plays that I wanted back earlier in the game might affect me later in the game, but I've just realized that, we're at the end of the game, it's going to come down to a series or two, and whoever makes those plays, whichever team makes those plays is going to win. So I've just had a lot of experience of being in that situation on the other side of it too, where you don't make those plays, and you just learn a lot. And I think that's helping us, and we got to continue to do it. Like I said, it's early in the year, and we've been able to make some of those, but it's been cool to see from our team being able to respond.
Everybody talks about the slip six or whatever, but just the play to BT, the play to Giambi before that, just how good did that feel to be able to hit those throws?
Yeah, it felt good. I took a bad sack earlier in that drive, so to be able to hit those shots down the field and kind of get us in position to where now we could actually just play regular football and get back on track was big. That defense is a really good defense, a great scheme, and in those big moments, they're going to challenge you, and they're going to play some man coverage, and guys got to go win. And our guys did an awesome job of that. Obviously, BT on the sideline, and and then Diami too on the other sideline. I mean, those are huge plays to set us up and get us in position to where, it's not just a prayer that we score. We're actually in territory where we can, call normal plays and kind of move the ball down there.
You guys are rolling a little bit strong start to the season. Do you wonder how this group will handle the success?
I don't really, it doesn't worry me, no. I mean, obviously it's something that we do have to handle the right way. We got to know that we haven't done anything. I mean, the only thing we're guaranteed is that we're going to win 4 games this year, which is, which isn't enough. So, we got a lot more work to do. So, I think the guys know what the right mindset is, though. And I think guys know that we play a really good Seattle team this week. And if you're still thinking about the game we just won, then, that's a problem. We got to move on. So I really like our group and how mature we are. We've handled everything well so far, but yeah, we got to continue to do that.
How important the first moment was that you went, whoa, Liam's a little high energy here? Was that a camp?
The first moment?
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed that ever since he's been here, just the energy, the passion, I think in game moments, I noticed that early on, whether it was preseason or even just throughout the season, or even in practice or training camp, like us talking about different plays and, I don't want to say getting into it, but just the competitiveness, like coming out, and it's been cool to start communication, how our relationship's grown, and now understanding each other more and more. Like I know how he works, he knows how I operate, and how I think, and how I carry myself, and it's been cool for our relationship to grow and build, and to really be able to communicate at a high level, regardless of all the emotions, all the stuff that happens throughout games, because there is a lot of that, and I think we've both been able to manage it well, and it's getting better.
Because how he is
between you two. I mean, is that the perfect balance? Like
I think it is.
crazy and not crazy.
I wouldn't use the word crazy. I think the intensity, and I think that's brought more out of that for me, to be honest, in the sense of urgency. I think it's really, he has brought some more of that out of me, just the way he operates. And I think, I'm a good balance for him too, because I'm usually, pretty, I guess, even keel, level-headed, don't get too high or too low. But I think it's been a good balance of both of that for me, and bringing some more intensity and sense of urgency to our offense, because there's been times where we need more of that, and we got to, clean up some of the stuff that has been, hurting us a little bit at the beginning of the season.
How important has Britton Strange been to this offense, and particularly your game, and sort of what does it mean for him to be going on IR? How challenging is that going to be?
Yeah, he means a lot to our offense. He's a great player, really unselfish player, really does a lot for us. Passing game, running game, screen game, everything. I mean, he's an important piece to our offense. So, we're gonna miss him. Obviously, want him to get healthy as fast as he can and take care of himself. And I know, as much as we're gonna miss him, no one wants to be out there more than him. So hate that for him. And we got a great tight end room that's gonna step up. You've seen these guys been able to come in and make some big plays for us already. So I got a lot of confidence in them. But obviously, a player like Britton, you are gonna miss him. He's a really good player for us. So yeah.
Defensively, when you prepare for Seattle, who do you pull from, knowing McDonald came from Baltimore? Do you look at other influences perhaps, or pretty much just what they've been running up to this point this year?
Yeah, he's just what they've been running. He's been there for a couple of years, so we have some good stuff to watch and to look at. And obviously, he played against them when he was in Baltimore too, so have some of that. You don't have to go if you go too far back in the vault for some of that. You don't want to overload and just watch everything possible, but there's plenty to watch, and he's a really good D coordinator. The defense is playing really well. I think they're good on all 3 levels. They do a lot of things well. Good after the quarterback. They're good against the run. They're just a solid, well-coached, defense that flies around. So it's a challenge for us for sure.
What stands out more, the pass rush or the secondary?
I mean, both. I think and then especially when you put those things together, you get pass rush and secondary that can cover and changes the look on the quarterback and does a lot of different coverage variations. I think mixture of those 2 things, makes it hard for an offense. So I think obviously the pass rush is kind of where you start, and you look at that and you say, all right, we gotta deal with this up front. We gotta have a good plan going in, and I know we will, but it will be a challenge for sure.
2 7th-round rookies play a big role in that last drive Monday. What does it say to you that the rookies this year have been able to step in and play well when they have?
I just think the way that they prepare, those guys are just, Jonah's in all these meetings with me and Rob and Nick and all the quarterbacks, and protection meetings throughout the week, and all this stuff and all the work you put in, just because you never know when your number's going to be called. And it's called in the biggest part of the game for Jonah. He didn't flinch. He was ready to go. And our communication really didn't change, whether it's him or Rob out there. Obviously, I have a lot more banked reps with Rob, but Jonah's in all that stuff with us, so he hears it all. He's taking the notes. He's getting the mental reps every day. So he was ready to go. And that stuff pays off because you just never know when your number's going to be called. So, same. I mean, McQuint being ready every day. He's been awesome for us. He's really smart and plays the right way. And, love having him out there.
Speaking of rookies, how much longer until you get Hunter into the end zone?
Hopefully soon.
Has he started reminding you that
Oh yeah,
it's
well,
time?
the right way. He's.
Yeah.
I think all good receivers tell you when they're open all the time. So there's a little bit of that, but I love it. He's awesome. The feedback is great, and as a quarterback, like I think, the guys don't mean anything by that. They just want to let you know they want the ball. So I love it. And, our relationship keeps just growing and growing, and just the whole group. I think it's coming together the right way. And we still got a lot to improve on, and a lot of opportunities that are still out there for us. So that's the great thing. And like you said, getting him in the end zone, that'll happen. So not too stressed about that, but obviously, we want to make that happen.
Have you ever, between college and pros, had a receiver with like that sort of just juice on the sideline, let alone on the field?
It's unique. I think no, not really. He's definitely unique in the way he plays, the way he carries himself, just the energy. Flying around, it's like, and then just seeing him out there playing defense too. It's kind of unbelievable how he's able to play that many snaps and still look fresh and still be running around full speed. It is impressive. So that shouldn't be taken lightly. And then to make some of the plays he made on Monday, it's pretty cool to see. And don't want his head to get too big, so I don't want to give him too much love. But no, he's a great guy and handles himself the right way, and it's been fun to play with him. So.